Hello everyone. Welcome to another video of the series Star Sectors of the Month. By now you must have realized that we are in a capital rotation market in India and we might be staring down a consolidation for a foreseeable future. That means the market is most likely move within a range sideways. So it is of utmost importance that you take advantage of all the information that you can get to make the best out of the situation that we all are in. Before you invest another rupee, watch this video carefully. I have broken down the top and bottom performing sectors of the last decade for the upcoming month of July so you can take smarter decisions for the future. I have analyzed all the sectors based on two criterias: returns and consistency. So let's see the best and worst sectors for the upcoming month of July. Before moving on, please read the entire disclaimer carefully. This video is for educational purpose only. There is no buy, hold or sell recommendation at all anywhere in this video. So as I said, the first criteria that I have used for the analysis of all the sectors is the returns. So basically their average returns in the month of July in the last 10 years. So that is what I have used as an analysis criteria number one. This graph shows the uh, average returns in the month of July over the last 10 years for the five broader indices of the Indian share market. They are the Nifty 50, Nifty Next 50, Nifty Mid Cap 100, Nifty Small Cap 250, and Nifty 500. Okay, so you can see that, uh, for example, Nifty 50 has given average returns of 3.57% in the month of July. Nifty Next 50 4.77%, and so on for all the other. Now, the most important point to note here is that the month of July is ranked the first among all the month in terms of returns. Very, very critical piece of information. In terms of returns, July historically has given best returns across the months. So this is based on the data of last 10 years. Let's move on. This graph shows the uh, top 10 sectors based on the returns in the month of July. That is the average returns of the last 10 years. The green bar here shows the return percentage. So, for example, aerospace and defense, 7.99% average returns in the month of July over the last 10 years. The green line over here shows the number of years with positive returns, and the red line shows number of years with negative returns. So, for example, finance, the average returns in the month of July is 7.51%. 9 years out of 10 years, this sector has given positive returns in the month of July, and only once it has given negative returns in the month of July. Any other sector, packaging sector, 8.37% average returns, 9 years positive, only 1 year negative. So, as you might have noticed on the graph, July is a very, very good month. In fact, the best as we have seen in the last graph. Let's move on and see the top three. So, at number third is the financial services sector. Financial services sector has given an average return of 8.84%, and 9 years it has given positive returns in the month of July and gave negative returns only once. At number two is the entertainment sector with 8.86% returns, 8 positive and 2 negative years in returns in the July month. And at the top is the retail sector. Retail sector has given an average return of 9.96% in the month of July. It's an average return of the last 10 years. 8 times this has given positive returns in July, and 2 times it has given negative returns in the month of July. Okay, so let's move on to the worst 10 sectors. Now, this graph shows the worst 10 sectors. Again, this green bar shows the returns. So, for example, automobile sector, 2.07% returns. The green line over here shows number of years with positive returns, and the red line shows number of years with negative returns. So, automobile sector, 2.07% average returns. 7 times the sector has given positive returns in the month of July, and 3 years this sector has given negative returns in the month of July. Another example, edible oil. Average returns 1.80%, 6 times positive returns, 4 times negative returns. Sugar, 2.21% average returns, 5 times positive returns, 5 times negative returns. Okay, so let's move on and see the worst three. So the worst three sectors based on returns. At number three is automobile sector. Automobile sector has on an average given only 2.07% returns. But again, keep in mind that even though it is the worst, third worst performing sector, still it has given a positive average return in the month of July. 7 times it has given positive returns in this month and 3 times negative returns. At number two is the ceramic products with 1.99% positive average returns in the month of July, 6 times positive returns, 4 times negative returns. And the worst sector in terms of returns for the month of July is edible oil sector. And still it gave positive returns of 1.8%. So you can, I guess, uh, see how good is the July month for the Indian share market. The worst performing sector gave positive, on an average, has given positive returns in this month. 6 times edible oil sector has given positive returns in this July month, and 4 times it has given negative returns. Okay, so this is based on the first criteria, which is the returns. Now let's see the same best and worst sectors based on the next criteria. And the next analysis criteria that I used was the consistency. That means how consistently this sector or any sector has given positive returns in the month of July. So this graph shows the again the broader indices and shows their consistency, and it is quite evident from the first look itself that all the indices have given positive returns 9 times out of 10 times in the month of July. So in the last 10 years, 9 years in the month of July, these all these indices have given positive returns and only gave negative returns once. Based on consistency, again, this month is at the top based on consistency as well. So whether you talk about returns, whether you talk about consistency, in both of the criteria, this month, the month of July, has scored at the top. Significant. I am not going to lose this opportunity, and whatever I have to invest in the market, I'll make sure that I invest that uh, before this month starts, the month of July, because historically July month is going to give me the best returns in terms of the market returns. Okay, let's let's move on and see the top sectors in the month of July in terms of consistency. So now this green bar, now this bar in this graph shows number of years with positive returns. So the green bar shows that the, for example, aerospace and defense sector gave positive returns 9 times out of 10 times. That is 9 years. In the last 10 years, this sector has given positive returns um, in the month of July, and only once it gave negative returns. So the red bar shows the years with negative returns. The actual returns in this graph is shown by this blue line over here. And for example, for aerospace and defense sectors, the returns was 7.99%. So if you see, all the sectors have given, so I've shown top 10 sectors over here. All the top 10 sectors have given positive returns 9 times. That is 9 years. In the last 10 years, all these sectors have given positive returns in the month of July and have given negative returns only once. Let's see the top three. So at number three is stock and commodity brokers with 8.19% returns, but more importantly, 9 times out of 10, this sector has given positive returns in the month of July. So again, we are focusing on the consistency in this. Okay. At number two is packaging sector. Packaging sector, the average returns in the month of July 8.37, Again, 9 years positive returns, only 1 year negative return in the month of July. And at the top of the pack is financial services sector with 8.84% returns. Again, 9 years positive returns, only once negative return in the month of July. Okay, let's move on and see the worst sectors. So this graph shows the worst sectors. Again, the green bar shows the number of years with positive returns, red number of years with negative returns, and blue actual returns. So, for example, for the bearing sector, 6 times or 6 years in the last 10 years, this sector has given positive returns in July. 4 times it has given negative returns, and the returns average returns are 2.65%. Similarly, for example, say insurance, or rather say education, six positive, four negative, and average returns 2.85%. Okay. Now let's see the worst three based on consistency. At number three is the insurance sector with 4.19%. So again, take into account that we are looking at the worst sector and still they have positive average returns. 5 times this sector has given positive returns and only 3 times negative returns. So for insurance sectors, we only have data for 8 years, not 10 years. Okay. At number two is the power generation and distribution sector. Average returns 4.15% in the month of July. 5 times the sector has given positive returns in July, 5 times negative returns. And the worst of all sectors in terms of consistency for the month of July is sugar sector with 2.21% average returns, 5 positive years and 5 negative years. So one thing is quite clear to me is that July sector is an exceptional sector, the best of the best in terms of returns or consistency in the Indian share market. Okay, so that is all from my side in this video. Please spread this word and share this video with all your friends and family so they too can take advantage of this unique information. I'll be back with the next video of this series in the last week of next month. Stay tuned, and in the meantime, watch other important educational and informative videos on my channel. Thanks for watching this video. If you have liked the content, please subscribe, let me know in the comment box, and like the video. Goodbye.